Our world, despite all our advances in exploration and technology, remains a place of mystery. Hidden in the farthest corners of our planet are realms that have evaded human touch, untamed, and fiercely protected by nature herself. These are the places where Earth keeps her deepest secrets. Today, we journey to the most remote and inaccessible locations, where once you enter, there is no turning back. North Sentinel Island, India. In the turquoise waters of the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, a small, dense patch of land that holds one of humanity's oldest mysteries. For over 60,000 years, the Sentinelese people have called this island home, fiercely guarding it from the outside world. Here, civilization has not set foot. The tribe has shunned all contact, violently defending their isolation. Their culture, language, and way of life remain largely unknown, a living echo of a time long forgotten by the rest of humanity. The Indian government, recognizing the tribe's desire for seclusion, has declared the island off-limits, preserving it as a world unto itself. Snake Island, Brazil. Just off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, there exists an island that seems drawn from the pages of myth, a place of danger and death. This is the island of Queimada Grande, or more ominously, Snake Island. It is here, on this 106-acre outcrop, that one of the world's most venomous snakes, the golden lancehead pit viper, reigns supreme. These serpents, found nowhere else on Earth, thrive in isolation, their numbers staggering. With no natural predators and an abundance of migratory birds to feed on, the island's population of lanceheads has exploded. Their venom is so potent, it can melt human flesh and kill in under an hour. As a result, this deadly haven has been declared off-limits, a place where few dare to venture, save for the scientists who study these fearsome creatures. Serena Mountain, Venezuela. In the far south of Venezuela, deep within the heart of an ancient rainforest, there rises a mountain that seems to belong to another world. This is Serena, a massive, flat-topped mesa, whose towering cliffs cast long shadows over the dense jungle below. Its summit, pockmarked with mysterious sinkholes, has long been a place of intrigue and legend. For the indigenous Yukwana people, Serena is a sacred site, a place where spirits dwell among the hidden caves and twisted rock formations. But it wasn't until the 1970s that the outside world began to understand the full wonder of this place. These giant sinkholes, some over 300 meters wide, are home to unique ecosystems, with plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. It is as if nature, in her endless creativity, has hidden entire worlds within these vast and ancient chasms. Heard and McDonald Islands, Indian Ocean. In the remote and turbulent waters of the southern Indian Ocean, two islands stand as testaments to the raw, untamed power of nature. Heard Island and McDonald Islands. These isolated, wind-swept outposts, forged by volcanic fire and battered by relentless gales, remain untouched by human hands. No one has ever called these islands home. Here, nature reigns supreme, shaping the land with fire and ice. Heard Island is dominated by Big Ben, an active volcano that towers above the island's glaciers and windswept tundra. Its eruptions remind us that the Earth is still very much alive. These islands are a sanctuary for wildlife. Seals, penguins, and vast colonies of seabirds thrive in this harsh environment, clinging to the edges of this ever-changing landscape. Vale do Javari, Amazon rainforest. Deep within the Amazon rainforest lies a hidden world, an immense, untouched expanse known as the Vale do Javari. Stretching over 33,000 square miles, this remote valley is one of the last true sanctuaries on Earth, where the forces of nature remain undisturbed by modern civilization. It is here that some of the world's last uncontacted tribes live, in harmony with the forest that sustains them. These indigenous peoples, with traditions passed down for millennia, have chosen isolation, fiercely protecting their way of life. Their knowledge of the jungle is unparalleled, They navigate its dense foliage and winding rivers with a skill that seems almost supernatural. But this isolation is fragile. Illegal loggers, miners, and poachers increasingly threaten this sacred land, making the Vale du Javari a battleground between the ancient, protective, and resilient against the modern, self-centered, inconsequential world. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. In the far northeastern corner of Ethiopia lies a land so extreme, it challenges the very notion of life. This is the Danakil Depression, a place where the Earth's most violent and hostile forces are laid bare. Here, vast salt flats stretch to the horizon, punctuated by sulfur springs that bubble and hiss with toxic fumes. Beneath the surface, molten lava churns and boils in open lakes, with temperatures often exceeding 50 degrees Celsius, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The Danakil is one of the hottest, driest, and most inhospitable places on the planet. And yet, even in this searing heat, life finds a way. Tiny microorganisms, known as extremophiles, have evolved to survive in conditions that would be lethal to almost any other form of life. These hardy survivors may offer clues to the origins of life itself, and perhaps to the possibilities of life beyond our world. Devon Island, Canada. In the desolate reaches of the Canadian Arctic lies Devon Island, an expanse so stark and barren that one could be forgiven for mistaking it for the surface of Mars. This, the world's largest uninhabited island, stretches for 21,000 square kilometers, an unforgiving landscape of rock and ice, where survival seems impossible. Its resemblance to the Red Planet is no coincidence. NASA, in search of the perfect Martian analog, has chosen Devon Island as the proving ground for future missions to Mars. Here, humans test their resilience against some of the harshest conditions Earth has to offer. Hang Son Doong Cave, Vietnam. Deep beneath the ancient forests of Vietnam, hidden within Phong Nha Bang National Park, lies a place few have seen, Hang Son Doong, the largest cave on Earth. Stepping into this subterranean world is like entering another realm, where nature's power and beauty are on full display. Towering stalagmites, some as tall as skyscrapers, rise from the cave floor, while vast underground rivers carve their way through the stone. Here, in the darkness, a world thrives. Light filters through massive sinkholes, illuminating entire underground jungles where trees reach for the cave's ceiling. It is a place of awe and wonder, where the Earth still holds mysteries that seem almost otherworldly. Mariana Trench. Beneath the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean lies a realm so deep and so dark that it remains one of Earth's final frontiers. This is the Mariana Trench, a colossal abyss that plunges nearly 11 kilometers beneath the waves. To put that into perspective, it is so deep that Mount Everest could be dropped into its depths and still be swallowed whole. At these crushing depths, where the pressure is so immense it would flatten a human in an instant, life still finds a way. Strange and otherworldly creatures, adapted to survive in complete darkness and under unimaginable pressure, drift through these waters. Giant xenophyophores, translucent snailfish, and creatures that glow with their own light. Here, life thrives in an environment where the odds seem impossible. The Mariana Trench is a testament to the resilience of life, surviving and thriving in one of the harshest places on Earth. If you want to learn more about it, we have a very special episode about the untamed realm. Cery Island, Iceland. In November of 1963, deep beneath the icy waters of the North Atlantic, the Earth stirred. A volcanic eruption breached the surface, and from the depths rose a new island, Cery. Named after the Norse fire giant, this small island, just half a square mile in size, became one of the world's youngest pieces of land. For scientists, it was a rare opportunity, a blank canvas untouched by human hands. Here, they could witness life as it began to take root, observing how a barren land of lava and ash slowly transforms into a thriving ecosystem. From the winds and waves came seeds, then plants, and soon, life in all its forms began to colonize this virgin landscape. Adak Island, Alaska, at the farthest reaches of the Aleutian Islands, where the Pacific Ocean meets the icy waters of the Bering Sea, lies Adak Island, a place shaped by the relentless winds and bitter cold. For much of the 20th century, this remote outpost was a bustling military base, home to thousands of servicemen during World War II and the Cold War. Today, it stands nearly deserted. The island, once a hub of activity, has been largely reclaimed by nature, with only around 100 hardy souls remaining. Adak is a land of stark beauty, treeless and windswept, where the fog rolls in thick and fast, and the wind seems never to stop. Yet even here, life persists. Seabirds soar above the rocky coastlines, and seals bask on the shores, as the island's few remaining residents make their lives in one of the most remote corners of the United States. Villa Las Estrellas, Antarctica. At the edge of the world, on the frozen continent of Antarctica, lies a place where few would dare to live, Villa Las Estrellas. Perched on King George Island, this small settlement braves some of the harshest conditions known to man. Temperatures can plummet to -89 degrees Celsius, -128 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds howl at over 320 kilometers per hour, 200 miles per hour. But despite these extreme elements, a handful of scientists, military personnel, and their families call this place home. Life here is a constant battle against the cold and isolation, with months of darkness and icy winds that bite through even the thickest layers of protection. Yet, Villa Las Estrellas is more than just a research station. It is a testament to human perseverance, a beacon of life in one of the most desolate places on Earth. Rinada Peru. In the dizzying heights of the Peruvian Andes, at an altitude of over 5,000 meters, 16,700 feet, lies a settlement like no other, La Rinconada, the highest inhabited place on Earth. Perched on the edge of a gold mine, this town clings precariously to the mountain slopes, where survival is a daily challenge. The thin air makes every breath a struggle, and life here is harsh. Thousands flock to La Rinconada, driven by the hope of striking it rich in the gold mines. But the rewards are meager, and the conditions are punishing. With no running water, no sewage system, and freezing temperatures, this settlement is a stark reminder of the lengths to which humanity will go in pursuit of fortune. Yet, despite the challenges, life persists here, as it does in the most extreme environments on our planet. Tristan da Cunha, South Atlantic Ocean. In the boundless waters of the South Atlantic, there rises a tiny, volcanic island, Tristan da Cunha. It is the most remote inhabited island on Earth, with the nearest continental land over 2,000 kilometers away. Only 250 people call this rugged outpost home, living in isolation from the world, surrounded by the raw beauty of nature. Towering cliffs and lush green valleys give way to the endless ocean, where life is dictated by the whims of the elements. Tristan's isolation has allowed it to become a sanctuary for wildlife. Albatrosses with wingspans of over 3 meters soar above its cliffs, while the island's rocky shores provide a haven for seals and penguins. Here, far from the modern world, nature is left to flourish in its purest form. As we have seen, our planet is filled with places of staggering beauty and harsh isolation, where life finds a way against all odds. These hidden corners of the Earth, far from the touch of civilization, remind us of nature's incredible resilience and mystery. Yet, as modernity creeps ever closer, these remote wonders may not remain untouched for long. It is our duty to preserve these last frontiers, for they hold the secrets of our past and the promise of our future. Thank you for joining us on this journey across the most inaccessible and mysterious places on Earth. Until next time.